Our first speaker is Abdulrahman. He'll present the topic on academic, how space is taught in universities. So Abdulrahman, the floor is yours, please.
Thank you, Alex, very much. So first, I just would like to introduce myself. My name is Abdulrahman Alfauwaz. I'm an academic researcher at TAX. My background is Aerospace Engineering. I work with small satellites, design payloads, and also doing some analysis for designing the orbits and the control dynamics of the satellites. So here I just will go over my experience in research and how we can use it to teach or the talented students, the school, or even for the undergrad, grad students. So let me start my presentation here. First, I'll go over the academic research, then my experience at Stanford University. I had the opportunity to work with the faculty member and students there, and I have done several research projects there, and I learned a lot from them. So I think we can use their model here in our country, in Saudi Arabia, to teach the students for space research. And then I'll talk about who can support our approach. We have a government organization, and we have a profit and non-profit organization, and how they can help our projects or our research with students. Then I will conclude. So I have only 10 minutes, and so I'll try to go over the slides, and I hope I can manage the time that I have. So for the research, it's involved through an investigation into what is known about a given topic. So for example, if you have a problem or you have to solve an issue, you will do a research. You will collect informations at the beginning, do the study, do the analysis, then build your prototype. If you need to build a prototype, you have a planned approach to solve this problem. You will design, you will fabricate, build, integrate, test, run results, and then you will go over all these steps until you reach the conclusion, which is the achievement. You might solve the problem, or even you have other approach that you can solve the issue for the topic. So my experience at Stanford, I had the opportunity, as I said before, to work with the faculty members and the students to do several projects. Here I show you an examples. I will go over these really fast. First, I did thermal control of gravitational reference sensors. It's a design to protect the sensors because of the temperature variation in space, because we have in space a temperature variation that it's really huge, and we need to protect this measurements, this sensors from these variations. We have also the magnetic levitation for a spherical drag-free sensor, because in Earth we have a gravity force. So in order to do some analysis, we need to do to simulate the zero-G operation. So that's why we design a magnetic levitation system that it's here show you here in this image, to hold a test mass inside vacuum chamber and do the analysis and testing for our projects. So both these two projects, we want from the beginning, from collecting the information, studying, analyze all the information that we need before we come up with our conclusion that I show you here. So we go through all the steps: designing, testing, and building in the lab, and collecting all the results that we need to prove our concepts. Again, continue here. We also another two projects that I have done at Stanford University, the ground testing and flight demonstration of a charge management of insulated test masses using UVLD. So the UVLD, we use it here on Earth, but here we demonstrated in the operation in space that we can be used to do charge control for a test mass. So using this technique, we can minimize the internal disturbances on our test mass in space, which is very important for our accuracy and the measurements to improve the sensor that we have inside the satellites. Also, the high precision accelerometers with an optical readout. Most of the accelerometers that are used now for space, it's capacitive based. But this one, it's using an optical readout system. So for this projects, it's still under work. I will maybe, inshallah, in future, I will continue to do this projects to have a new sensor that it's based on optical readout system that can be used for the navigation satellites, or even for a deep mission, space mission. And using this technique can improve the accuracy of the accelerometers and also minimize the difficulty and the cost and the requirements and the constraints for these type of sensors. So all of these four projects I show you in these two slides went through steps from starting from the beginning until the end. And based on these, I think we can design projects or research projects for students, undergrad, grad students, and even for a high or a middle students. So how we can support this type of projects? I will start from CACS. I'm a member, I'm working at CACS, and I know with CACS we have an academy called Academy 32. CACS had an opportunity to teach the students. We call it a co-op training. It's a 9-month duration that is run for at the end of the study of the university students. So they can come to CACS and do a 9-month co-op training. We can give them problems during this time period to study them and try to come up at the end with the report of what they can, how they can solve if it's a problem, or how they can improve the technology if it's need to be improved. So CACS had this opportunity, but I think, in my opinion, that CACS also can do much more about this type of training, because I think 9 months, it's not a long period of time for, especially for research. We have universities, KAUST here in Saudi Arabia, King Saud University, KFUPM, etc. And in United Arab Emirates, we Khalifa University. I think all the university need to work with the other institutes, such as CACS, to design projects, even small projects, for the students to learn how they can manage to solve problems and issues. Agency also, we have Saudi Space Agency, United Arab Emirates Space Agency. Here are examples for the Gulf state, but I think all of the regions government organization can help, can support by budget or even by other type of supports. What else? We have a profit and non-profit organization. Here an example for Falak. I have the opportunity to work with Falak for space science and research. This is designed for students in high school and middle school, and it's this year was the first year for them to do a research for these type of students. And I think it's a good idea to give the students a chance to go through all the process of the research with the help from experts to teach them how they can search and create a paper that it's summarize their work and their conclusion at the end. Mawhiba Research also program, it's a type of here we have it here in Saudi Arabia. Also, they have goals to teach the students for a scientific research and other entities. Private sectors, it's a very important thing, I think, for the private sector. You need to, because they can provide us with the systems and subsystems and technical reference and also consideration. So I think the private sectors, it's very important for us as an academic or as an researchers to help us to learn, to teach the students how they do the research, the design for a system and subsystems. So in conclusion, I think a CUBE satellites project, which can be supported by private sectors and also the space agencies, universities, CACs, to do projects for grad students, undergrad students, and they can be done within university or institutes. It's a very, I think this is one of the solutions for people and students. Falak Research Program, they need to do more of these type of program for the students, even for grad and undergrad students. Training courses designed created for fresh graduate students, and collaboration between university, institutes, companies, and centers. So I think the collaboration it's very important to teach the new students, the future of our space sector here in Saudi Arabia and even in the region. So this is my few slides for my presentation. I tried to be in 10 minutes limit, but thank you everyone for listening to my presentations. And if you have any questions, please ask.
Thank you so much, Abdulrahman.